Hi gang, this is Mike G from Mr. GTV and MrMikeGarner.com, and let me ask you a question. What's the relevance with what's going on in the world today, at the moment, this decade, or this century, or in fact thousands of years, and you living a spiritual life or a metaphysical life or a holistic life? Whatever is going on in the world, in my opinion, is a projection of our belief system. And so we can make a correlation between the state of consciousness of humanity and all living organic things and the simulation that we're creating out there in what we call the real world. And what's going on at the moment in what we call the real world is a real transformation, which doesn't feel positive, but I would suggest is an awakening, a shifting. But what we've got to do as spiritual warriors or spiritual, authentic, religious, earthy people, whatever words you want to use, new age people, light workers, we've got to look at the mirror and say that's a reflection of consciousness in all intelligent beings. And the mirror is the world we see. The world we see comes from you and me. And at the moment, the world we see is a shit show, which suggests to me that there's a lot of people projecting an image in the mirror of the world which isn't in alignment with what you and me, we want if you're watching this. And I've been on Mr. GTV, mostly in the Facebook group, and a lot of people don't like Facebook, but that's just the platform I've chosen. So if you go to Mr. GTV, capital M, small r, capital GTV, all connected, on Facebook, and join me there. I'm posting hidden history, occult knowledge, meditation, spiritual practice, psychic and personal development. And a lot of people say, well, you talk about the world as an illusion. Why are you bothered about what's going on in the world? Well, it is an illusion. It's a projection. It's a mirror. But it's an illusion that we project out there by the law of radiation. And it's a really good measure of what's going on in people's minds. Our mindset projects on the screen, on the mirror, the reality that we see. And in the collective, in the oneness, we're all connected. So the people that you don't like are you. The people that you do like are you. The people that challenge you are you. Your biggest critics are you. They're all teachers. In the oneness, we're all connected. And if at the moment we're getting the manifestation of dark, perverse, violent chaos, then that's part of us. And we, the so-called spiritual enlightened ones, the light workers, the authentic religious people amongst us, have got to get a grip and assert our power. We can't detach from it. We can't say, okay, I'm okay, Jack. That's an expression in Britain. I'm okay, Jack. We can't detach and find our own peace, even though peace of mind is important. We've got to delve in to ourselves and do the work and project powerfully to overcome the darkness. And it's the darkness that at the moment seems to be challenging the light, and nothing seems right. And we've got more of it to come. We've got all sorts of challenges financially, economically, food chain, energy systems, society and culture is breaking down, violence, crime is on the rise. All sorts of things are going on, and the powers that be, who are you and me, other aspects of you and me, are putting us against each other. You're not from this country, you're not from this country, get out. You're not in this belief system, go away, we don't believe you. And we're retreating into ourselves, and we're all being put into our smart homes, and we're not allowed to connect in pubs. Pubs have gone, restaurants have gone, the high street's gone, we're all at home watching propaganda on television. Nobody's talking because when you speak out, your freedom of speech is removed, you're deleted, or you're ridiculed, or you're cancelled, or you're blocked. So external speech is not the way to do it, it's internal, it's meditation, thought transmission. I'm teaching that on Mr. GTV, but I'm not here to promote that. I'm here to tell you that the reason I post what I post is that this is not the first time this has happened in history. There's been many resets. There's lots of archaeological evidence, there's lots of written evidence, there's lots of verbal evidence in terms of traditions and myths and stories handed down through cultures, that we're not the first evolution on this planet, we're not the first creations. There was people here before us, and those people who are here before us are still us, connected. There's no time. Given this timeline, it's false, that's another story. They're still us, they were here before. It's like the butterfly saying that caterpillar wasn't me. The caterpillar became the butterfly. Ancient aliens, in my opinion, previous people, Neanderthal man or whatever, cavemen and women, all species, reptiles, insects, mammals, fish, have all been us. We've grown, we've evolved, and the history of who we are and where we came from has been hidden. We have been superb. We have been advanced and intelligent. Look at the buildings that I'm posting as evidence on Mr. GTV, the architecture, the stonework, the technology that's been hidden, suppressed, even not going back to prehistoric times, even in the 16th and 17th century, all the Tartarian stuff, the mud floods, hidden cities, things that are underground. Lots of pictures on my channel showing that for your consideration. Not saying I'm right, but it's compelling evidence, and future stuff that's now coming back in time, like advanced intelligence, UFOs, USOs, unidentified flying object, unidentified submersible objects, things that have been found under the sea. That's why I post this stuff, because it's been hidden from you, and some of the stuff in the Bible and the Quran and the Apocrypha. Lots of religions, going back to Native American Indians and the Aborigines, tell stories of the Chitauri, of the Dogon Ages, where they had flying machines and flying fortresses, and we see these on temple drawings, and dragons, giants. It says that in the Bible. There was giants in those days, 1 Genesis 16. So there's lots of evidence in scriptures, but it's all been manipulated, and that's why I post it, and that's why I feel it's important to understand the etymology of the language, the occult language, the slave language, the hidden language, spelling, spells, and understanding your right as a common man and woman, standing under your own sovereignty and not allowing this to be taken from you, freedom of speech, money, the right to exchange without control, removing this oppression. So if this interests you, then Mr. GTV, which is free, presented by me, is for you. In the oneness, we're all one, and we need to collectively get together, find our power, and project a different image in the mirror. And when we all collectively project a different image, when we visualize, what we see in here gets projected out there. And let me tell you that the power of love always overcomes the power of evil. The power of light always overcomes the power of darkness. So you can shine bright. One match, metaphor, one match in a black room, and that light, it's not a black room anymore. So you as an individual have massive power. As a collective, we have far more power, and that's why I've got Mr. GTV and other platforms where you and me can get together, and I'm on a mission to raise consciousness, and I feel that I'm not alone, and I believe that you and me can create the world we see and can do a far better job of it. So join me, be powerful, enjoy your mind. We're in challenging times, but you've been put here in these challenging times to serve humanity, to serve consciousness, You are important. You're here for a reason. Step up. Be powerful. God bless.